In a magic realm where every human can use magic in their everyday activities, and one's social status is determined by their mastery of magic. There is a boy named Mashle Burndead, is living deep in the forest and training every day to increase his physical strength. Mashle is living with his 75 years old father, Regro Burndead, deep in the forest and far from any other human. Mashle returns home after he finished his training routine, and he was clearly training his body, while neglecting his mental strength. Mashle asked his father about the reason behind his daily training routine, but Regro couldn't tell him that he is unmarked and can't use magic like everyone else. He promised to tell him sometime else. Regro was going out for some time, but before he left, he warned Mashle to not go to the town alone. Mashle couldn't fight his crave to some cream puffs, and went to the town alone. He was watching everyone using magic for simple stuff. When he arrived at the bakery, he was so excited that he squeezed his hand and pent the coins inside it. The baker was shocked of how much strength he had, but Mashle shocked him more after fixing the coins. Suddenly, some wind blew Mashle's hood of his head, and everyone was staring at him out of shock, because he is unmarked. Later, a magic police officer called Brad was reading the newspaper and was interested in the one chosen as divine visionary by the gods. Every year there is someone who is the best at magic, and after getting chosen, they get promoted to nobility and get awarded with a lot of money and status. The police officer was envious of the chosen one, while pitying his life as a police officer. Suddenly, the phone rings and he gets a report of an unmarked boy walking in the city. While Mashle was eating a cream puff, he bumped into a drunken police officer and got his uniform dirty. The officer got angry at him, then Mashle ripped the officer's uniform with the intention of washing it and return it clean again. Brad arrived and noticed that Mashle is a bit strange. He was munching on a cream puff while in a situation like this. Suddenly, Regro appeared and grabbed Mashle and ran away to the forest. Brad saw this as a chance to get promoted, and then he sent a magic bird to trail them. When they arrived home, Mashle apologized to his father after he got scolded, and Regro punished him by doing his training routine again. Regro was worried about Mashle, because the magic police now know his existence and they are after him. Then he saw the bird outside the window, and suddenly, Brad along two other officers came barging in through the wall. Mashle surprisingly finished his training routine in only 5 minutes. He went back to the house and heard the officers speaking with Regro. Brad asked Regro about Mashle's whereabouts, but when Regro refused to tell him, he started to use violence with him, because hiding an unmarked human is a crime, as they should die and only the humans who can use magic live. Regro remembered his whole life as a failure human with weak magic powers. Even his parents saw him as a shame to their family bloodline. And when he was about to end his life, he heard a baby crying, and this baby was Mashle. His parents abandoned him because he is an unmarked human. Regro felt that now he had a reason to live for, which is raising Mashle as his son. Regro shouted and told Mashle to run away, then Brad violated him hard and was about to kill him. Suddenly, Mashle barged in punching one of the officers and stopped Brad. Then he slapped the big one and ripped his second uniform. Brad had to use magic knowing that Mashle can't use it. He used a strong spell that can drive a dragon to flee. Brad shot the spell at Mashle and Mashle slapped it to the ground. After sawing that, Brad had to use all his power, but it was all with no effect on Mashle. Then Mashle used Regro's magic wand, and he shot it like a dart at Brad, scratching his face. Being shocked, Brad had to admit his defeat. But he proposed a deal to Mashle. In a return to not hunt him or his father, Mashle should enroll into a magic school and get chosen by God as divine visionary. Then Mashle will be accepted by the society, and Brad will get the fortune and prestige from it. Mashle agrees to his deal, and he enrolled in a magic school. And it's called the Eastern Magic Academy, a historic and prestigious school that has produced numerous pillars of the magic realm. Mashle has to pass the entrance exam, which only less than 3% succeed every year. Instead of getting his wand ready as a magic student, Mashle was doing his daily training routine, while Brad and Regro were somewhat disguised as trees to watch over Mashle. Suddenly, a guy called Claude Lucci appeared from the middle of fire, and he is the examiner of this year, and he is also the 7th best upcoming mage in this academy. Claude gives them the first exam, but he enchanted the papers so that all the questions are squirming around in the paper. To pass the exam, they have to align the question and solve them. Mash can't use magic to align the questions, but he got angry and the questions aligned themselves out of fear, and he was the first person to finish the exam. In all the other exams, Mash figured out how to pass them by only using his physical strength. And then Claude created a maze full of traps and they have to finish it and reach the goal within 30 minutes. In the maze, a girl called Lemon Irvine asked Mash to take along him. Moving through the maze, Lemon appeared to be completely useless, falling in every trap. Mash was about to leave her, but she restrained him by Chuckles so he doesn't reach the goal. Then Mash destroyed the Chuckles and left, leaving her shocked. Suddenly, a big Sphinx appeared behind Lemon. The Sphinx gave her a riddle, but it was hard for her to solve it. When the Sphinx was about to punish her, Mash stopped it by punching it, then Lemon apologized to Mash. Outside the maze, Claude was so happy that his plan succeeded in stopping Mash from passing this exam. Suddenly Mash got out from the maze, by breaking the 1-meter thick wall of the maze before the time end. Claude didn't accept his way of passing the maze, then Lemon told everyone that Claude told her to hold down Mash inside the maze and he will make her pass the exam, using her because her parents are poor and she need to enroll in the academy at any cost. Claude told Mash that he will not pass, and he needs to defeat him in a duel to pass. Suddenly Mash approaches Claude in an instant, and broke his magic wand. The headmaster was watching from above, then he scolded Claude and took Mash for the final review. During the review, Mash was asked many questions and the headmaster knew that Mash is the kind that acts before thinking, like when he saved Lemon, he didn't think about whether the Sphinx is stronger than him or he might not be able to break the wall and reach the goal within the limited time. To show him, the headmaster asked him what he will do when facing someone way stronger than him. Then he activated a spell that can capture the soul of the target's most beloved one, and bound it to a doll that if harmed will also harm the soul bound to it. Mash failed to stop the knife from penetrating the doll, then he grabbed it by his bare hands, hurting himself and stopping the knife. The headmaster told him that he has the capacity to protect the weak, and congratulated him for passing the entrance exam. Later, after classes, Mash got introduced to his roommate, Finn Names, and he asked him about how to become Divine Visionary. Finn told him that he need gather gold coins, and he can get them from exams and school activities. The school evaluates the students, and based on the evaluation, they give coins of gold, silver, or bronze. After what he heard, Mash was disappointed because he needs good evaluation and he can't use magic at all. The next day, during the broom class, Mash had to stomp on the ground to lift the broom, because he doesn't have magic. One of the classmates saw him and accused him of cheating, which is right to be honest. The teacher told the student to show their broom flying speed, then this guy challenged Mash to a race. And the loser do whatever the winner tells him during the school days. He challenged Mash knowing very well that he isn't good at magic. The two take their stances, and in an instant after the teacher said start, Mash reached the finish line. Everyone was shocked and Mash made a new record in flying speed. His friend Finn saw everything. Mash just threw the broom in the air and jumped on it, making it seem like he was riding the broom. The guy who lost was about to start a fight with Mash, but a sketchy guy stopped him. His name was Lloyd Cavil. Everyone was scared of this guy, and he told Mash to meet him after school. Later, Finn tells Mash about Lloyd and how he likes bullying the others, but no one can stop him because of his family background. His father is an important member in the Magic Bureau, and also the vice principal is supporting him. If anyone disobeys Lloyd, they will be forced to drop out of school and the bullying won't stop after they drop out. Later, Mash made some cream puffs after school and forgot about Lloyd waiting for him, which made him more angry. The next day, Mash found that his textbooks were ripped. Then Lloyd approached him and told him that he can help Mash becoming the Divine Visionary with the help of his strong ties, only if he can do whatever he wants. Then Mash started doing whatever Lloyd ordered him. Later, Lloyd told Finn to burn Mash's clothes, because ripping his textbooks isn't affecting him. At first Finn listened to them because he was afraid to disobey him and get expelled, but now he refused to do what Lloyd told him. Then Lloyd started violating and hurting Finn. Meanwhile, Mash was searching for Finn to give him his textbook. When he found Finn hurt on the ground, Mash couldn't handle Lloyd talking bad about Finn after he apologized and told him that he is the one who ripped his textbooks. He grabbed Lloyd's head and smashed it to the ground. Everyone was shocked and Mash realized what has he done. Then the vice principal Farman appeared and he threatened Mash and Finn that he will expel them because of harming Lloyd. Mash found that he is unreasonable and gave the principal a knee to his face. The principal kept his threats. Then Mash dug a hole in the floor and buried the principal, telling him that he can bury him anytime he wants. Later, Mash got called to the headmaster. The headmaster told Mash that he received an immediate expulsion request from the Bureau of Magic as a punishment for what he did, but the headmaster didn't agree to expel Mash because he is a caring person, and he wished for Mash to become a divine visionary someday, because these days the world is ruled by authority and power, and the people are abusing their powers and authority. Mash told him his goal, which is becoming a divine visionary. Then the headmaster told him to focus on his marks and grades to earn gold coins and leave the matter of the Bureau of Magic to him to handle. Later Mash became acknowledged by all the students after he didn't receive a punishment for standing in Lloyd and the vice principal's way. Later, a sportsman called Tom asked Mash to join their duello team in tomorrow's match, because he heard that Mash made a new record in flying the broom. Mash kept telling him that he even can't fly the broom, but Tom is the kind that doesn't listen to others when excited. The next day, the match start and the winner team will be rewarded with coins. Every player was in the air except Mash. He was watching from the ground and telling them, "I can't fly the broom," and the audience threw trash at him and told him to go home. And that's the end of the video. Please tell me your opinion, and like the video. Take care, and watch other interesting videos.